Saturday Social, brought to you by EA Sports FC with PlayStation 5.
Right, we're starting, though, with Chelsea. We've got Matisse on the show. I mean, what a week it's been for Chelsea, by the way. The ups and downs, we mentioned it a minute ago.
Yeah.
4 against Wolves and then 3 against Villa at the other end. Probably a performance of the season, maybe. So today, we've got the whiteboard out and we've got 5 different things in front of Matisse.
Yes, it's time for our first debate of the show, OK? We're starting with 5 ways Chelsea can save their season.
Pressure.
We're placing them in reverse order, starting at 5, up to 1. Matisse, I know you're keen to lead it. You've already got the magnets ready. Fu Izzy, we need you to get involved. If you disagree, jump in.
Of course. Of course.
He's licking his lips. He can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait.
He's so excited for this.
Right, we're starting. First one, Pochettino pragmatism. Talk me through this.
This is absolutely critical. Head honcho, headmaster, head teacher, right? He calls the shots. I need him in these big away games, because I'm now traumatised from what Fu Izzy did on the pitch, right? We must compete. We've got Manchester City away this season. We've got Arsenal away. Now, we did nice in the home fixtures. They were competitive. Some of the most entertaining games of the season, really. They were so fun to watch.
Yep.
But away from home, Chelsea have got to come with a different strategy because we're not as good as we once was. And I think even if you go back to the old Chelsea teams, we didn't always play the most incredible way. We were known for getting the job done, you know, whether that was a physicality aspect, a mentality. We've got to be able to dig deep. And even in that Aston Villa game that we just come back from, it was so good to see the concentration levels were high right to the end of the game. Sometimes you see Chelsea teams this season, Arsenal at home, 2 goals conceded towards the end, Luton away, couple goals conceded, kind of dents the scoreline a little bit. Aston Villa, we did concede, but it was a really nice goal. But you could see the concentration levels from everyone locked in, wingers tracking back, making sure that they did their job. And it was just a fantastic performance. And that's kind of the template to go into these games, because if Chelsea are going to finish in any sort of respectable position for everything that's happened, they need to get something from these matches. So it's going to be huge.
Fu, where are you coming down on Poch's Chelsea? What do you think of the job he's done so far?
I think any manager that goes there is going to be a hard job, personally. Just because the structure in the club, I don't think it's great. Like, it's reminded me of a bit of like a Suge Knight type of thing going on there, giving players 9-year contract. It doesn't make sense. So I feel like any manager will struggle. Pochettino, I don't think he was the right man for the job in the first place for Chelsea. So yeah, I just feel like they're going to get rid of him, but who do you bring in after that? I don't think.
You think they're going to get rid of him?
I think so,
he's had
man.
so much to deal with, man. I'm going to be the Pochettino defender a little bit.
I know, but I just feel like Chelsea's a club where they don't care who you are, managers come and go. So
the thing is, right, I get where he's coming from. I've had this debate with Chelsea fans for weeks, and it's a real head scratcher. Like, people are looking at me like, are you okay? No, I'm not. Because I don't know how to analyse this, because it's such a complex, detailed situation. You look at the manager coming in and you think to yourself, OK, tactically and from a player profile standpoint, is he sometimes playing a Colwell at left-back? Is an Enzo we're going to get to? Could he be used better? And there's definitely credit to that, and I agree. And there's certain things that the manager, in terms of substitutions, you're looking at him, looking at the style, the build-up play, the way that we go into the final third, all of these things could be improved.
A lot of complaints going on.
I know, yeah, but I was going to... Let's focus on positives, because you spent the money.
Exactly.
Brought the manager in.
Yeah.
You've got young players that are coming through that are exciting. You've got experienced players in the squad as well. Why isn't it working for Poch? Or are we just on the beginning of a journey with him?
I think when it comes to Chelsea, you have to analyse the entire two seasons almost under this ownership, and it's been very heavy metal. It's been a lot of change under a very short time period. Players have moved in and out. The culture of the club has kind of changed, and it's gone in a different direction. But I think the recruitment has, in the last 18 months, been very heavily on the youth side, and there's just lacked a little bit of balance in terms of, you got young players, they are talented, but they need some leadership. They need some guidance. They need someone to look at training and say, wow, what an individual, Kevin De Bruyne. Someone to look at and be like, wow, I can learn and pick up something from him. In the games when they're making their debuts in the Premier League for the first time, they've never played in this league before, there's injuries, they need someone to say, hang your hat on and be like, he's going to get us out of jail. So I think there's a lot there with the team for him to manage, and it's not an easy one at all. But yeah, I've got him in at 5th, and I think...
Let's put him up on the board
there.
Fair. Lots of changes to be made. Number 4. A lot of talk about this guy midweek, on and off the pitch.
Yes.
What are you saying about Thiago Silva?
Well, first of all, I have to say, what a defender. Like, seriously, what a defender.
Yeah.
An incredible defender, an incredible player, an incredible personality. His career speaks for itself. to still be playing at this level at his age is incredible because it's not been done really from what I can see. Even some of our own legends, you know, they didn't make it to this part. They were in the MLS or they, you know, dropped to an Aston Villa in a JT. So, but the key for this, there's three layers to this in terms of his reduction of minutes. I think one...
You think he needs reduced minutes in this team? That's your point?
I think so, because his contract is running out at the end of the season. There's been a lot of reports that it seems like it will be his last year. It might be coming towards an end. Now, Chelsea are have been very heavily reliant upon him for many reasons. His ability, his leadership, all of these things. And I think if Chelsea are to get off to a good start next season, they've got to get used to life without Thiago Silva. From a personality standpoint, they've got to be able to lead themselves and look after themselves in that back line and say, OK, you can rest, sit with the family. We're going to take care of business today, you know?
Fu, when you look at Chelsea's defence compared to Liverpool's, you look at Virgil van Dijk, the younger players that are coming in, then you look at Thiago Silva. You think that there needs to be a change when it comes to Chelsea?
100%. They can't just keep on relying. They got to let go of him, man. I get it. Pension, retirement age went up to 71 years old. But like, yeah, they got to get rid of him, and not in a bad way. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we're done with you, we get rid of you. It's like, no, you done what you did for the club. We appreciate it, but now, you know, we've got other prospects to look after.
What do we make of the tweets?
Levi.
We have to mention them, don't we? We have to mention them a little bit because they have been talked about a lot in the Chelsea community. What do you think, Fu? Coming from a social media background, isn't it?
I mean, me personally, I love chaos in it, so I'm going to say I love it. Like, it's a bit.
Fu Izzy is consumed in the chaos.
Yeah. No, it's a bit of me. I love how his missus gets involved and yeah, just backs him up, backs my husband.
What do you think as a Chelsea fan when you see that, though?
I think you got to be careful because, you know, you might put him in an awkward position. He's got to go into training. He's still got to listen to the manager's instructions and whatnot. So I don't know what was behind the tweet. But it was kind of like a general statement of just something has to change. What is that? You know, we don't know until you ask her. But I just think in terms of him, even tactically, I think if Chelsea are going to press from the front and they're going to be this really high-intensity team, they're going to need some faster centre-backs. They're going to need to push that line higher up to be more compact. And I think we saw that against Villa. Chelsea, in between the lines and the spaces, they were able to track runners and just get to grips with closing Villa players down a lot better because that line was pushed up. So I just think, even from a tactical perspective, if Chelsea are going to play that high line like a Liverpool or Tottenham, Postecoglou, you do need quick centre-backs. So I think that's important as well.
Right,
so
get him up then.
On the board there,
on Thiago Silva at 4.
Right, well, it's not all negatives when it comes to Chelsea, because next up, you've got, in 3, Carabao Cup. Talk to me about this.
Now, first of all, before we get to this, are you going to be doing the coin flip?
I hope so. I hope so, because we know what happens when I do the coin flip.
Maybe you should let me do it.
I'm 1-1, baby.
Yo, put me through to your people. Let me flip that coin and see what's happened. But this is important. I might tear up while speaking because it's very emotional, this one. We've been to how many Wembley finals in a row and lost? I think it's maybe 5. And Liverpool, 2 penalty shootouts in a row under Tuchel.
Who's smiling?
In his last
repeat of the final 2 years ago.
And the narrative around Tuchel in that last Chelsea season could have been so different if we had won those 2 finals on penalties. And so it's really important for a young group, for a manager that has that narrative of not closing off the deal at Tottenham, winning those trophies in this country. It's important for him. It's important for the ownership, for their first bit of success, to really show the fans that our priorities are to win trophies. Our priorities are not to bring in young players and make a profit. No, we want to win. And that's what we're used to. So I think this is crucial for everybody at the club. It's not the biggest trophy, but I never disrespect one. I never disrespect a trophy because for me, you never know where your football club's going to be.
What are you laughing about?
Hey!
It sounds cute.
No, what do you mean?
It's cute. It's cute.
It's poetry. That's what it is.
Yeah, come on. We're after everything. No, we are, because of Jurgen, because of what he's done for this club. In order for him to have a good farewell, we have to have everything. So with that, it's unfortunate that you're playing Liverpool. It's cute.
Was it unfortunate for Arsenal to play you recently?
What does that mean, though? We're still top. Do you know what I mean? We're still top. I get it. Arsenal, their little bro, well done. You get it.
Oh.
But that trophy, it's going back to Anfield.
You know what he just did? He just did the whole pat on the head thing.
No, it's cute. It's cute as well. That was a cute performance. But no, I can't discredit them. They killed us during that game.
Yeah.
But that, Matisse, I don't see you having. And you as well, I could tell, you know that you're not going to win it.
Listen,
deep down.
Anything can happen in a final, honestly. Anything can happen in a final. We went to Anfield, we got emotional, we got absolutely destroyed, no doubt about it. But at Wembley, anything can happen in a final. And Liverpool will respect us for the finals that we played against them. They know it was difficult. And that was prime Liverpool with Mane and everyone. So, for me, if this young group are to get this trophy, you know what Man City have done in previous years, other clubs as well. When they win this trophy, it tends to galvanise them and strengthens the rest of their season. So if you want to fix Chelsea's season, this is critical. And it's not.
You've compared Chelsea to Arsenal and Man City in the last 2 minutes there. I'm just going to point that out just there, right?
Sorry, do Arsenal have Champions League?
Maybe this year, man.
One last one just on this, very quickly, yes or no. You win the Carabao Cup. Is it a successful season?
I don't want to say that because I think it's important to take context for the whole Premier League season. That's your bread and butter. That's most of your matches. This is a great icing on top of the cake. If the cake doesn't taste nice, then it's a problem. So
you can just say no. You can just say no.
It's cute. That's what I'm saying. The way it's cute.
I like that. Right, next up, Nkunku, who just cannot stay fit at the moment. So you're saying you need him to stay fit for the rest of the season?
Yeah, this is huge because a lot's been made of his... He's one of the few players that have come in the attack, maybe the only one recently, that is proven, that is of high quality in terms of guarantees and what he can deliver. And I think for Chelsea, it's important that he has to stay fit because Broyer's has already left to Fulham on loan. That's left Chelsea with a shortage up front. And we saw Jackson in midweek play left wing and he did a brilliant job, but he's not going to be able to play there very often if this guy's not fit to lead the line. So he's the best finisher in the attack. He's got a free kick on him as well, and he comes with experience. We saw that little brilliance moment in the Liverpool game at Anfield where he showed that he as an individual can do something. So I think this is massive, for the rest of the group. They need this.
Definitely. I already know what he's going to put first. I would have put that first for me.
Really?
Yeah, I really like him. So I feel like if they can stay fit and they get the best out of him, I think Chelsea's got a wonderful player with Nkunku.
All right, let's put him up. Number 2.
All right. There we are.
Right then, well, you
state of that placement, by the way.
I know, yeah. What? Sort that out if you want, you can do.
Yes, it's just about having them there.
Number 1, Enzo Fernandez. Unbelievable free kick, even better celebration midweek. He wanted everyone to know that he'd scored that and he was staying right there. Yeah. What is it about him, though? Why is he the most important to save the season?
Because I think out of everybody, he's the one that we've not seen anywhere near his level yet. I can't articulate to you how much more there is from this player to come. He's the brain of the team, honestly. He's got a lot of criticism this season. Obviously, his price tag has been very high, and there's a lot of expectation on his shoulders. But I do believe that his position has played a bit of a part in that, in terms of sometimes I've watched games and I've seen him running in behind strikers, or I've seen him in the 10. And I think it's so important that a player like this gets the most touches, and they're in the midfield, right next to Caicedo. It would improve his game as well, just to have someone to link with, to play between each other in the build-up. And he's just so good. There's no pass he can't play. And I think if you can get someone like this playing those passes in behind to your fast wingers and really helping the defenders bring the ball out from the back and just running games. And I've seen him do it a couple of times this season. And I think if we can have him doing that most games, then we're going to be looking much better.
Fu, have you seen enough of Enzo for his price tag so far?
No, the price tag was very large, so I haven't seen him fulfill that. But even in the World Cup, he had a great tournament. I'm going to be honest here, he did have a great tournament, but I don't think he should have been that price tag just because of that tournament. Like, in that Argentinian team, Messi had a great tournament.
Alvarez,
McAllister, and I feel like them 3 names already that we mentioned, Enzo didn't surpass them 3. So I don't know if he's a bit of an overrated talent, but again, he's still young. He's got time. But for me, Nkunku would be. I would swap the Nkunku.
That's fair.
And Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez.
When it comes to price tag, Matisse, do you think that it's hindering these players and kind of everyone's looking at that and focusing on all of the price tags for all these players you brought in, the length of contracts we've mentioned as well, instead of focusing on how good they just are?
I think it plays a part. I think when your team collectively is underperforming and is in a position in the league that, let's be honest, is really poor. Chelsea should not be behind Wolves in the Premier League. It's bad. So when that's the factor, it's very difficult to look at individuals and say, what you like about them in terms of their ability, because the whole team is not functioning. It's a team sport. So I think if the team in general was performing and was up the table, then a lot of the players that I rate and I think are quality players in the making would get more praise. But that's fair. That makes sense.
Fu, is there any you would have added there that you haven't seen? You know, I can't see anything about like changes behind the scenes.
Yeah, I would have added. I thought originally that the board would have been there, such as Todd Bowley's. Like from wanting to change Chelsea, was it Cowboys or something like that? I just feel like it starts off with him first. I would have put the board like Todd Bowley and stuff like that. I'll put them number one. And then everything else.
For me, this is all about how to fix Chelsea on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think if you're thinking about how
you haven't got enough time for the off the pitch.
Off the pitch, there's not enough time.
That's probably the most important bit. So I'll definitely say.
Any difference when we look further afield as well, not just this season, look at changing Chelsea over the next few years, hopefully getting them back up the places and right up into European football?
Yeah, that's where the board come in, because I think they need to have someone that is more experienced at the highest level in terms of a director of football to analyse and assess the manager, whose position is, under some scrutiny, to assess the directors, Paul and Stanley and Lawrence Stewart. I mentioned earlier about the recruitment in terms of the over-excessive spending on young players and kind of the stockpiling. I think the talents that we've signed, there's talent there. I say always, if you pluck them out and you put them in more stable environments like a Liverpool or an Arsenal, I think they perform. But when you put them all together without that leadership, without that kind of leading figure to kind of lean on in their early Chelsea years, I think that's where Chelsea have messed up. So they need to... I mean, when you spend that much money, what can you really do, So we'll see. But I think, from a hierarchy standpoint, that is the most important. As I say with Fu, this is more just about what can be done on the pitch.
Yeah, really, really enjoyed that. So that was Matisse's 5 things over the next few months that need to be done to save Chelsea's season.